you got there?
It's water.
Oh, okay. I got a Sprite just in case Sprite wants to sponsor us. Every time I drink, I'm gonna go.
That's
Great Sprite.
great idea.
Oh my god, what a Sprite! Hey, now I can have this up. Sweet. Chris, you want to put some on the Insta?
Yeah, I will.
Or the Insta story? I gotta make sure I have all those matchups up.
I'm putting something on my Snapchat real quick.
Adams, he's saying Sprite's got to come in clutch. Sprite does have to come in clutch. I got it right here. I'm waiting.
Man, he hopped in early.
I know he's ready. I told him 8:30.
Most loyal viewer.
He knows. Means he's got to come on and talk about the football team with you.
All right.
Oh, Tom's gone again. Jesus, Tom.
Should I just say to go to our link tree? Is that where it is?
I just copied. You can, if you just search this on YouTube, you can find the actual link to it. But
no, like for our Instagram story.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
we can't
yeah.
do a. I'll just say link in bio.
Do that. All right, I have every matchup as a banner now, so it's probably not going to come in handy because we're going to talk about all of them at once. So now it's a big waste of time.
Just have one like NBA playoffs.
I do have one that just says NBA playoffs, but
I gotcha.
Whatever. We will figure it out. Oh man, I can't wait. I gotta find a way to hold it. There we go. Man, what a Sprite.
It could not have been more into the mic.
You got to get the whole. Can Tom hear us? I do not know if he's talking. He's got a minute, bro. He's got a minute to get on this pod. If this boy calls me in the middle of the pod, I'm going to be upset. Oh, my God. God.
That I just have it up on YouTube right now, and I'm seeing our last one with the animals. Just remind me of how freaky it was that PMT did the same thing.
I know.
If they was literally making the same points too. Like the whole snake conversation we had like a week earlier.
Dude, they want to be us.
They do want to be us. They're definitely listeners. I had a dream last night that PFT died.
Did your whole world shatter?
Dude, I was like in tears over it.
I would be in tears if PMT died or PFT died.
Yeah, it was wild.
It's like when Big Cat got COVID. Shed a tear.
Big Cat was there too. He's just cracking jokes the whole time.
I feel like he would do that.
He didn't give 2 rips.
Yeah, I feel like he would do that. It'd be sad for like a minute, and then in the funeral, it'd be like ripping jokes about people.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'll get us more listeners, I guess.
All right, Tom's fixing it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Is he gonna be on right at the beginning?
No, we're not even talking to him at the beginning. So.
Oh, that's right. Because I honestly was not completely listening to when we were discussing pre-show.
Yeah, whatever. All right, I'm just gonna get started. I'm gonna start my timer because he joins anyways, and we can't hear him when he's not. I mean, I don't click him in, so He just better be there whenever we talk. I'm just gonna do the
Surprise
podcast without him. Yeah, I'll just do the podcast without him. All right, let's get this started. And once my timer gets set down to 1, so in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys podcast. I'm your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
It's good to be back.
It is good to be back. We have missed 2 Fridays in a row now. This one was for good reason.
Well, wait, did we? What was the last Friday we missed?
You had your finals, man.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, now we're back. We are back on Fridays. We should have our schedule be going on Fridays again if everything goes well. But we are here. And where were we, Chris?
Well, we were in Philadelphia watching a horrible baseball game.
It was a pretty fun baseball game.
It was a nice trip up, and it was nice to be in the city, nice to be back at the ballpark, and then the game started.
Hey, it was close at the beginning for like the first.
Yeah, first half of the game was close,
but
yeah, it all fell apart quickly after that.
It definitely did. The Sox, getting to see my Sox live. I mean, baseball Brad was in full effect. I looked like a clown. I had my dad's oversized jersey because mine didn't come in yet. And then I had an oversized hat because I didn't have a hat. And we borrowed Kevin's, who had a giant head.
I mean, if we were in like 1993, you would have looked I would have been
right in there. Or if we were down in Miami. If we were down in Miami, I would have looked stellar.
Yeah, you would have fit right in there.
Sadly, I was in Philadelphia and I looked like an idiot. But I still had fun, had a good time. We had a, what's it called? You know, the crab fries. Those were good.
Mm-hmm.
And all the Philly stuff, cheesesteak.
The crab fries were nothing compared to the cheesesteaks.
No. The cheesesteaks were good.
I mean, I've been thinking about it ever since.
It's funny. I want to go to Wawa to get my normal cheesesteak, but I'm like, I just had a really, really good cheesesteak, and I don't want to ruin the memory of it.
Right. Yeah.
But like, in a Wawa one, it's good. I enjoy the Wawa ones. They just don't compare.
No, it's not. Once you've had the real thing, nothing compares. So like, there's part of it that just ruins it for you. I mean, as long as you accept another cheesesteak for what it is, which is a steak and cheese sandwich, basically, then it's still good.
Yeah, that's true.
You just can't compare.
Yeah, you really can't. So, turn back time on Thursday, we were in Washington, in the arena, cheering on our Wizards, and we completely shit stomped the Pacers.
Our Wizards.
Hey, come on. It's practically, when I was there, it was our Wizards. It's practically our Wizards.
Yeah. Oh, that game went a little better than the baseball one. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, where's my towel? Yep, I got mine right here as well.
Let's go. DC above all. I mean, it was a great time.
That was a great experience. Highest spot in the stadium almost, but
yeah, we almost touched the walls, but hey, $22, can't beat it.
That is correct.
It was
25% capacity was, yeah, I mean, it was what you'd expect basically from having only 5,000 people there, but
it stunk.
Yeah.
We got to talk. It stunk. It like the energy wasn't, especially for a playing game when we blew out the other team. It just wasn't the energy I expected from Capital One Arena. And it's not their fault, but just boost out of capacity a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the people that were there, like, they had energy. They were
yeah. But it's like you can't, when there's groups of 5 people or 4 people sitting together, it's just not the same. And I understand they had to do it, but now that they increased capacity, they should have just. You're right. We talked about it pre-pod. They should just increase the capacity. Oh my god, can't speak right now. Gotta have my Sprite.
It's embarrassing.
I gotta get my Sprite going. Anyways, they should have just had the capacity up to 100 because on June 11th, it'll be up to 100 anyways. So I don't know what they're waiting on, but I guess the law is the law.
I guess. I mean, they're going to be upping it to 50% for this games 3 and 4 of the Sixers series. So I guess that's, better than 25%.
Yeah.
But even then, it's 2 more weeks until they're at a full 100%. I don't know, like how much more is going to change in those 2 weeks. So I say just open the doors now.
They should, yeah.
Just abandon their prior plan.
Oh, like a couple of thousand more people get vaccinated or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only a couple thousands.
Mm-hmm.
And we came on a lucky day to go to the Phillies game because the mask restrictions was lifted when we got there, pretty much. And
yeah, basically.
It was weird. It was like we were actually back to normal.
Yeah, and it felt so much different than being inside the basketball arena because baseball games don't sell out the way that like hockey, basketball, and football do, because there's so many of them and the stadiums are so much bigger. Mm-hmm. So it felt like almost like a normal baseball crowd.
Yeah, and it felt I was thinking the same thing because we're not in the basketball arenas. You can see the actual sitting of pods and stuff of the 4 people. In the baseball stadium, you couldn't really tell, and it actually felt like it was a real game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, even when like the lines were really long, even it's only at a third capacity, like it's still felt like a legitimately full crowd.
Yeah, so that was fun to see, and it felt like things are getting back.
Mm-hmm.
I think we both agree that like June 11th is the date when everything is back to normal. But now that we're allowed to like walk inside without masks on, which is weird for me, like walking into a store and not immediately putting on my mask is weird. But I'm starting to do it, and we're getting back there.
I mean, the way that my brain works is that literally since the start was we're back to normal once stadiums are open at full capacity. And now that we're almost at that point, that's still how I feel. I'm like, well, as soon as that date comes around, as soon as it's June 11th, we're back.
Yep.
Like we beat it. It's over with.
Yep. And my thing is, if I see one other person in the store not wearing a mask, I'll take it off. But like if everyone in there is, I don't want to be the one guy.
Yeah, no, that's true. It just feels weird not after being so long, like you've been trained, where if you just see someone wearing or not wearing a mask, you're just like, oh, like what a jerk. Yep. But now it's like, now it's actually like a choice, and like it could be vaccinated and it doesn't matter. Yeah,
now I gotta like suppress my judgment when I see people without a mask.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well we're back though. We're back on Fridays, and we had a good time. We had a good little trip.
Yep, more Wise Guys trips coming in the future.
Yeah,
sure.
Hopefully we can get. I don't know like how to do a YouTube video, and I don't want to do. I feel like an old man, but I don't want to do it on my phone because I feel like it'd be really crappy quality. So I don't know. I'll find a way to get a camera. We'll try to find a way to get stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
I know that I don't have any vlogging skills whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like I would just be like, oh, we're at the baseball game. That'd be about it. So hopefully you guys enjoy the pictures and everything. But now, hopefully Tom is in. We have a special guest, a Falcons fan, as you can see.
Yo.
Here to talk about Julio Jones. I might as well put
doing?
Jones on here. How's it going, Tom?
I'm good, but the fan base isn't.
So, just talk about your initial thoughts.
My initial thoughts is this is ridiculous. And for literally this past season, Julio said that he has no intention on getting traded or wanting to be traded. And then all of a sudden, he's out of there.
Yeah, I thought I saw quotes from earlier in the year. Oh, I didn't want to be traded, stuff like that. And now, all of a sudden, what do you think changed the script?
I don't know. I don't understand. It doesn't really make much sense because we've brought in a new coaching staff and GM, and we're bringing in new players that look promising for this season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, pay is the biggest thing in question, which is we have
which he's getting paid a lot. I feel like he's getting paid a good amount.
I mean, yeah, but not as much as other receivers that aren't as good as he is. I mean, but at the same time, he's always been that loyalty player, where you wouldn't have to worry about doing a massive contract. Yeah, so it doesn't really make much sense that he's just ready to dip, even though halfway through the season, this past season, he was saying that he wasn't trying to leave.
So what do you think? What do you think?
I think he's a traitor.
You think he's a traitor?
All right, wait. Can we go back a little bit? Did he didn't know that he was on air, did he? On that with the phone call.
Undisputed, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
see, I saw a lot of people saying that, but I watched like the full phone call, even like from the beginning, and there were parts like during the phone call where Shannon Sharpe said that they were on air, but I don't know if Julio like registered that, but I feel like he should know that they're on air every morning, Monday through Friday at like that time of day. So
I mean, like, if he didn't know and Shannon Sharpe didn't tell him before he said that, like, that's kind of a scumbag move by Shannon Sharpe. Like, that's they're boys and he trusts him. And like,
yeah, if he's supposed to be Uncle Shannon,
trust him and not say.
Shannon.
Yeah, if he's supposed to be Uncle Shannon, he's got to be looking out for him. So,
yeah, he's like, he shouldn't be trying to get insider scoop just by calling him on the phone in the middle of a show.
Also, what I don't like is Julio doesn't know. He doesn't control anything.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Julio Jones controls nothing. So him saying, "Oh, I want to be on the Falcons," the Falcons would be like, "Nah."
Right.
He also just like decreased his leverage too, or the Falcons' leverage, which makes it harder to trade him.
I hate it when players do that.
So that hurts him, does it not?
It always, and every time anyone wants to be traded, it's the same conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The second they say they want to be traded, it's like every team's just like, noted. We'll just wait till they get cut.
Right. It just happened with Morgan Moses. Obviously not the same caliber player, but they said the news came out that they were going to allow him to seek a trade, and then I think 48 hours later they had cut him.
Yeah, and like this morning I think there was an interview this morning from the Falcons, and Arthur Blank was like, he talked about everything except for Julio Jones. Like, he's like, I'm not commenting on this at this time or whatever he said, but they were supposed to talk about it this morning, and it's just being swept under the carpet or something. I don't know. I mean,
so what do you, as a Falcons fan, like, of course, nothing is going to be good enough for Julio Jones, but what would you be acceptable with if they said a trade was announced right now?
I mean, at least a first round pick. I mean, the dude is like, he is a, have you seen his stats? I mean, he played 9 games last season and he had
bingo.
Yeah, okay. He is injury prone, but I mean, at least a player. I wouldn't bank on a first round pick, but yeah, and he's still good. It's not that he's bad. He's just, he had a hamstring injury this past season. So who's gonna want a 32-year-old receiver who battles foot and leg injuries every season? I don't know. I don't get it. It doesn't make much sense on why he wants to leave the team. I mean, Kyle Pitts is a huge addition to the offense. It's really hard to.
Yeah, and he's got so many weapons around him that he's not going to be able to be double teamed every play anymore. So
yeah, and he's not that he had a problem with that to begin with. He said it every week that he enjoys the fact that he's the distraction. He's not a selfish player at all. So I don't know.
He does want to win, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's the big thing for him at this point in his career.
Right.
Like, he's already made plenty of money and probably
he's
not going to win a Super Bowl in Atlanta.
It's funny because my team's in every rumor. We're in every single rumor, and we never trade for anyone. So I don't think we're going to trade for Julio Jones.
Yeah, but I saw the Pats are like listed in like the top 4 teams that would take him or have the space to take him. But I swear if he ends up back with Kyle Shanahan, there's gonna be a problem. Or even the Pats alone. The Niners and the Pats, any team but them.
Those are your disaster scenarios?
Yeah, because I mean, we know what happened with the Patriots, but in 2016. But
I mean, you're bringing it up. I'm not saying a word.
Yeah, I know. But with Kyle Shanahan, like, that would just be annoying for him to go there, and he would fit well. Obviously, he had a monster season when Shanahan was offensive coordinator, but I would just hate to see them go. And I'm happy that the Cowboys is not even an option on the table.
Why? I don't know why. Like, that was such a weird picture. Some guy in the airport saw him wearing a Cowboys sweatshirt. Why was that? Why was he even wearing that? Why does he even have that?
I have no clue. Does he? I don't know. Does he know people on the Cowboys? I guess Keanu Neal. But if he were to go there, they become the Atlanta Cowboys.
They also they're not good either.
Yeah.
They have 3 good wide receivers. There's no need to get Julio Jones.
Right. It doesn't, and he's expensive too. And I know the Cowboys can dish out cash, but it's
They'll
like
just
how
find
much.
it. You know, honestly, it's probably just gonna be the Rams. They'll be like, yeah, the Rams. They just found money under the couch. We're gonna spend it on Julio Jones.
Yeah, they don't have any picks ever, but they just happen to clear up some
they'll just
space.
found another first-round pick and
Right.
$12 million, just hiding under the couch.
I
Can
mean,
take credit.
guys also do stuff just to play around with the media, especially if you're Julio Jones and you've been around for 10 years. You're just like, why don't we just mess with them, give them something to talk about, throw them a bone.
Which is funny. That's been my initial thought. Like when the news first came out about that interview on the phone, my first thought was like, no way. That's like he's serious. There's no way he's serious. And part of me believes that this is all fake, like a late April Fool's joke, as it is. But if it's not, and it's probably not, dude, I bought his jersey, or I got his jersey 2 seasons ago, and now I gotta not ever wear it again. Like,
no, it's just it's such a kick to the shins.
Yeah, and it's Julio Jones. It's not like it's not like Calvin Ridley. If Calvin Ridley was at the a few years down the line. I mean, I know Calvin Ridley's great, but Julio Jones has been great forever. Like that's our player.
Yeah, he's the Falcons player.
Yeah,
he's the guy. Yeah,
he's our Larry Fitzgerald.
Exactly, and I don't know. It'd be weird to see him on a different team.
I agree.
And I don't know. I wouldn't I had A earlier that was I don't think he's gonna get traded to the Patriots, but B, I don't if we trade a 2nd-round pick for him, I'm just like great, another Mohamed Sanu that'll just blow up in our face.
It's not even play. A close comparison.
He just but I don't know. I don't see an actual reason to get Julio Jones for the Patriots.
For trading, I feel like we would have to take a player too, but I feel like teams.
N'Keal Harry, there you go.
Yeah, but I also think that teams would have to give a player just because of the fact that he's as expensive as he is.
That's what I don't like about him is that he's super expensive and he is 32. So
I mean, he's like a short-term rental basically. You're probably getting 2 more prime years out of him.
Yeah, and if I give up a 2nd-round pick for that, it's I'd rather have this 2nd-round. As crazy as it sounds, I'd rather have the 2nd-round pick and the chance.
It definitely depends on the pick too. If the Pats end up going downhill next season, then it's worth way more.
Yeah,
that really goes for any team because and whatever these teams will pay for, and that's the thing. That's why it's like all the news has been, Falcons are. Yeah, I think it was. He wanted to get traded, so the Falcons are looking at options. But I mean, you have to have good options. And teams.
You got to get a good haul for him.
Right. And what was mentioned earlier is he's older, so I mean, he's not gonna have. He doesn't have 5 more seasons of his last 5 seasons left in him.
No, and he might add with the injuries. I mean, we're lucky. Exactly. You're lucky if you get 1 or 2, 1.5. Right. So it sounds like I don't know. Everything just sounds easier if he just stays on the Falcons.
I agree.
Him and Matt Ryan, retire together, or get injured together. I don't know. Kiss. I don't whatever they want.
Something.
And then just ride off into the sunset.
Right. They've been the duo for that long anyway. Yeah.
They might as well.
I think it's just a threat to ownership. That's what I think it is.
To do what though?
To him for him to go on air and be like, "Yeah, I'm out of there." That's him pushing ownership, saying "Give me what I want."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I'm 75% confident that that's all it is. To ease your soul a little bit.
Yeah, I hope so.
Chris, I haven't.
I apologize if I'm wrong.
No Julio to Washington at all. No buzz about that.
I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen no buzz about it.
I saw it a while ago when people first thought he might be getting traded. But I'm in the same boat as you. Like, I don't really want to give up picks for him. We're not winning the Super Bowl with Fitzpatrick anyway, so
that's what I'm thinking. Like, if Cam Newton to Julio Jones, as cool as that'd be, it's not going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Tom, that might blow up your brain. Cam Newton throws a touchdown to Julio Jones on the Patriots.
And who is willing to, sacrifice that, that cost for a player and then hope that they, what team is going to make the playoffs with the addition of Julio Jones?
I think it might be the Colts.
That's true.
That would not be bad.
That would be like the only team that is realistic and could actually do something with him besides the Ravens, but then you just have a running back throwing to him, so it's no point in that.
Yeah.
Why don't you think he'll be a good fit on the Patriots? Like, I understand not wanting him, but I feel like he would be a really good fit.
I mean, I feel like he'd be a fine fit. It just we're not gonna win a Super Bowl with him.
Yeah, right. But I don't know. I feel like you have a bunch of good secondary options on your offense, and then you plug him in there, and all of a sudden he's better than we're giving him credit for. Well, at least then you're giving him credit.
Yes,
for.
Yes. I understand that, and realize if he does get traded to the Patriots, I will be all for it the second it happens, and maybe even buy jersey. That's Julio Jones is jersey material. But
he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Yeah. We see that. Yeah. But I don't know. I just the second. I don't know if it's a third round pick and something else. I'm all for it. The second round pick for some reason has a lot of value to me. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if Washington gave up a second rounder, I'd be all for it. We never hit on our second rounders anyway. I would
be upset for literally half a second. I would see second rounder and go, Julio Jones, let's go. I'm ready. And I think it would be a great fit. I don't know. It's like Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham's never going to get traded to the Patriots. It's just never going to happen. Yeah. I just don't see it ever happening.
I've now talked my way into wanting him in Washington within the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, so I haven't seen any. I was gonna say I haven't seen any Washington graphics. I've not seen his.
Yeah, I haven't seen any graphics about that.
That's what I'm fine with that because every time we get graphics, nothing happens anyway. So Curtis Samuel was the only one where we were like, we actually think we're gonna get him, and then we did. But that was a free agent, so it's completely different.
I've seen Odell Beckham jersey swaps for the past 5 years, so I don't believe anything anymore.
Julio too. I mean,
Julio too. Julio's been on the Pats. Yeah, Julio has been at least. I remember being in San Francisco at the beginning of the summer, 3-4 years ago, and Dad, Pat could get Julio Jones. And it's now been 4 years.
Both my brother and Ethan have been on my neck about Julio getting traded to the Ravens every season for the past 3 years.
They can have him.
Yeah, I know. What are they going to do with him? Yeah. Use him as another running back.
Yeah.
He'll be great on their jet sweep.
He'll be a decoy out there.
Yeah. He'll be out there to get cardio. 10 catches a year.
He's just a blocker at that point.
Yeah, he's a blocker. They put him at tight end just to block. Okay. Well, Tom, I hate to see you so depressed. Do you want to talk about some NBA playoffs?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's move on. All right, and let's just both be depressed for a second because live right now is the Celtics and Nets, and let me just pull up the score. I don't even want to see it.
It's not good.
I warned you earlier.
I thought it is way worse than I thought. It's 80-55 right now. Can they just be over? This is why, Chris, remember when I said I don't want to make the playoffs? Mm-hmm. This is why. This is exactly why. I would rather just the season be over with and watch the Indiana Pacers.
I wish you were a lot more
was
confident.
Pretty close.
Yeah, game 1 was close, and then did you see the coaches huddle with what's his name? The guy who coaches the Nets.
Steve Nash?
Steve Nash, yeah. He was just in there and he's going, "Don't worry, guys. The shots will fall. The shots will fall." And I was looking at the screen. I went, "Yeah, they're winning the game. They're the shots will fall."
He's right. It's a good plan. Just let him shoot.
I wish you were a lot more confident about us beating the Wizards, so you could have jinxed us.
I know. I jinxed it the wrong way. I was
because I would
was
so
like,
much rather play the Sixers than the Nets.
Yeah, it makes it worse that it's the Nets. Like the fact that every
Like Kyrie
highlight is like
Irving.
Kyrie Irving does this.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving does
KD,
this.
oh, dude,
It's so annoying, and it's just depressing. It is very depressing to see this team.
15 seconds ago, Jason Tatum is down in front of the Celtics bench after taking an accidental eye poke from KD.
He has 9 points.
What's
What
the
is,
deal
like,
with the
what are we
eye
gonna miss?
poking? Like,
I don't
why
know.
are why is
that
it such a
becoming a
big
thing?
deal when a
The
guy
Three
gets poked in
Stooges
the
are
eye?
coming
Like,
out
it doesn't
there.
hurt. I
Fine.
get it. Like, you can't see. You can still get up and
Blink it
walk
out.
the sideline.
Blink it out.
No, LeBron had to roll around for a couple of minutes.
All right, can we just get that out of the way right now and talk about that? Because that was ridiculous.
LeBron was down for like 85 seconds.
Right, and it happened in back-to-back games too, because he did it against the Warriors.
Yeah, the
At least
Oscars
he actually
coming
got
out.
boinked against the Warriors.
No, he actually
he got
just
hit.
fell and didn't want to get up.
But he acted like when he went down, I thought that he had hit his head on the way down. And I was like, oh no, like that's concussion. And then they showed the replay. Turns out Draymond just boinked him in the face.
Yeah.
And he was down there like crying bloody murder.
My favorite picture is him like on the
Yeah.
bench, like, with the pumped up- he's got the pumped up face and the pouty.
He's like
pouty
blinking his
lips.
eyes. And
Yeah, he's just like.
He looks like he just blew a 3-0 lead in the finals.
Yeah, exactly. He looks like he just lost the game.
Yeah.
But
And
no,
then
he's
I
definitely
think
not.
he loves how much attention he got for it the first time that
Oh yeah.
Dude,
against the
decided to do it
Suns
again.
just went for it again.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Oh my god.
He does it for the
It was
Instagram captions,
unbelievable.
He's got
And
yeah.
he did not get touched the second time.
No, the
And I
second
think
time
he was
just
down longer.
fell.
No, I don't think he was down longer. That first time felt like 10 minutes he was down
dude. They went to commercial break for him. As he got tapped in the
So
eyeball.
ridiculous. I'm glad they lost that game. That's
Yeah,
karma.
and it's
Stop
funny.
being
Like
such a baby.
everyone's like, like they lost game one. It's like they lost game one of every series last year. So
Oh, I know. And he does it on every team he's been on too.
Yeah.
The Heat, the Cavs, they would
Yeah.
all lose game one. And
Mhm.
it doesn't matter.
he always loses
They'll
game
win
one.
in 6.
Yeah, and Anthony, the best part about the Lakers losing was immediately during the game. Guess what was trending? It was a Disney. instead of AD. That just made me geek so hard. That was so funny.
Do you see that Kuzma had 0 points in that game?
No.
That's what made me laugh. I was looking through the stat sheet and I was like, that can't be good.
NBA playoff Twitter might be just as good as the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are ruthless.
Especially
people-
when the Lakers are playing.
Or
That's it when it's at its peak.
the Clippers. Whenever the Clippers are playing,
That's true
it's
too.
and whenever they're losing,
Oh, yeah.
it's just straight comedy.
I have no
Kawhi, it's
problem
all
with the
about Kawhi.
Clippers. I love it when they lose though.
I hate the Clippers only because I love to see Twitter blow up when they lose. I always root for them to lose just so Paul George can get
Yep.
trending. Pandemic P. can get
Pandemic
trending.
P was probably the peak of NBA Twitter,
That was
which
one
is
of
a
my,
sad realization.
that
'cause
was
it
one of the
so
funniest
funny.
days of the year last year when they lost to the Nuggets. The 3-1 lead. I just remember sitting in my bed in South Carolina for probably like 2 hours just looking at Twitter and laughing at the whole time for 2
Yeah,
hours.
that was fun.
It was so funny.
I watched those games too because it was just so interesting.
And they were up in the fourth quarter every time. Every single time they just blew it.
Reminds me of the Celtics.
Yeah.
Mm.
That reminds me of the Celtics. The best part about the first game of the Mavericks Clippers was the Clippers bench. Not the Clippers bench, but the Clippers, Marcus Morris, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard all staring down the guy that they dunked on, and then immediately started blowing the lead.
Did you see Luca like dunk on I don't know, one of the smaller players. I don't know, I'm brain farting the name, but he got big on him and was like, "Get the out of here," I don't know.
I really like.
He called him small. Yeah, I've never seen him that aggressive, but I was reading comments on the video and they're hilarious. It's like Luca turns into a monster against the Clippers. Just seems to turn up the volume big time.
You know what I'm scared of though? I'm scared that if they lose this series, I just don't want the comedy to be over. I don't want the
No,
comedy to
it's
be
better.
overdone.
You want to get them to like the Western Conference Finals.
or at least round 2.
Second round's probably the perfect exit
second round's
spot.
peak. But
do you remember last season when the Clippers, like everybody wanted the Lakers and the Clippers to play in like the conference finals or whatever?
Yeah.
And now it's just like the Clippers are a joke.
Yeah, the Clippers, they really can't recover on the media aspect with like the fact that beforehand it would never be a Clippers town in LA anyways, but now it's it's definitely not.
Oh,
no
yeah.
one crap about the Clippers.
Yeah. No, if they won the championship last year, it would have changed a lot, but having the Lakers
still would have
win,
been a Clippers town.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
But now it's even worse. Like they're the little brother and they're just shrinking.
Right. When do you walk around town? I mean, and like anywhere you go, you could see someone with a Lakers jersey. You will never see a Clippers jersey just out of the blue.
No. And if I see a Clippers jersey, I'd be like, the hell are you wearing that for?
Right.
Would you get that for free? Why are you wearing a Clippers jersey?
You won it at a fair.
You won at Six Flags, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, and they seem like they have no likable players either.
Yeah, and
me.
Like Paul George is always made fun of just because it's Paul George. DeMarcus Cousins, and like Kawhi. Like another thing I saw was like, oh, if they lose in the playoffs, is Kawhi just gonna leave the team?
That'd be even fun. That'd be hilarious. He just left and they had no picks. All the
he went to the Lakers.
He went to the Lakers.
They went to the wrong LA team.
Knicks.
Yeah, don't even put that thought in their head, because then we'll have to deal with Knicks Twitter for the next offseason.
I'm all for dealing with Knicks Twitter. I know, like, we're supposed to not like the Knicks, but
I like them when they're like
cool.
The lovable team that's like overachieving. I feel like if they actually got Kawhi and actually turned into like a really good team, then it would be annoying. Although I've never had anything wrong with the Knicks. They've also sucked my whole life.
They've just been trash.
Yeah, I think you're right, though. I think once they start getting good, like, the fans are going to be insufferable.
Oh, definitely.
They have the right to be, too.
Yeah, they've been losing for 20 years, so makes sense. It's like if the Jets ever got good, I feel like the Jets fans would be insufferable, but there is no Jets fans. The thing is that the Knicks fans stayed. Jets fans did not.
Well, I think they're down there. If they start winning games, they'll come out.
Creep up.
There's more than you think.
Emerge from the corners of the city.
Have just been hiding in shame for years now.
Blowing off
Take their heads out of the sewer.
Blowing off
we're winning games.
Dust off jerseys.
That's hilarious. Okay, some other games. The Wizards. Speaking of the Wizards, they almost. I thought they were gonna have it, Chris.
Gave it a good effort.
I thought they were gonna have.
They had to win that game.
Yeah, it was a must win.
As dramatic as that sounds, like they're gonna lose a series in 4 or 5. So they had to have that game just to get them one upset on the road. And maybe they'd push it to 6, but I'm perfectly content with where we are.
They're another team. It's like they can't get much better in the offseason, but they're not gonna get worse. The team just gonna have to gel.
Hope that they play better.
Yeah, they're just gonna have to hope they play better, which they did at the end of the season, so that's a good thing. And
but I kind of want Scott Brooks to get fired because I don't think he's a good coach.
Yeah, he should.
And my favorite so far is the the Russell and the Westbrook and Embiid beef going on. Like those.
Yeah, they got major beef back from OKC.
Yeah.
I love seeing Russell beef is really good because Russell he knows how to get in people's nerves.
He'll just like stare you down.
He won't stop. There's nothing stopping Russell.
It's his favorite thing to do. After he makes a good play, he'll just stare someone down. He loves doing it.
Yeah,
spices things up.
And did you see? I love seeing the Beal trolling Joel Embiid. That was funny. I don't remember what he did, but it was something really funny. And I don't know. It was a good game to watch. And being at the game, I mean, we forgot to talk about the beginning of our guy Robin Lopez getting MVP chance. That guy.
At that point in the game, he deserved it. He was playing like
he was. He had what?
He was unstoppable.
At the end, it was like 9 minutes with like 15 points or something crazy like that.
I don't know if he had that many, but he might have missed one shot. and he took a bunch.
Yeah, and then he got his own
He had
rebound.
like 2 blocks too. He was getting his own boards. He was a
was a
force to be reckoned with. And
it's a shame that what he put up 0 against the Sixers.
yeah, because he doesn't match up well. Like he can't guard Embiid really, and he can't score on Embiid really either. But no, he had 6 points.
No, that's not bad.
They just have no one that can really guard him. That's the problem.
And same with Tobias Harris.
No
one can guard Tobias
also that.
On the Sixers.
And you can't the only way to beat the Sixers is to slow Embiid down, and they literally
you don't have the
cannot
personnel
do
to
it.
do that.
No, they don't. So I knew it was.
But
not a
neither
good
does half
matchup.
the league, so it's not your fault.
Right? Yeah, that's why they're the 1 seed.
Yeah. Speaking of the other 1 seed is the Jazz. Losing the Grizzlies. They didn't have Donovan Mitchell, but it was such a weird. It seemed like Mitchell thought he was gonna play, and then they were just like, "Nah."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
That's
was
happened
pissed.
a lot throughout the season.
I got nothing on this game, honestly.
All I know is, I don't have much on this game besides good effort by the Grizzlies.
Winning
job.
by 3.
Also, while we're on the Grizzlies, it sucks that they beat the Warriors. That was a great game, but I'd much rather see Steph in the playoffs than the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I agree.
John Morant's cool, but it's Steph.
It's Steph Curry.
So,
and especially if they weren't if Mitchell wasn't gonna play, and you're gonna tell me the Warriors were gonna win at least 1 game, I was like, this is gonna be a fun series. But I don't know. It does kind of suck that they won.
Mm-hmm.
I won't lie. The Bucks Heat. This is the one game that we talked about that has actually a couple of them have 2 games so far, but there's one overtime game and then 1 slaughter, 1 absolute complete ass blasting slaughter.
I feel like this is another series where the Heat had to win that first game. They were in it.
Yeah.
They had a chance to get on the board right away, steal a game on the road. Couldn't pull that one out, and then that's it was so deflating that they just got run out of the building the next game, and now they're probably gonna lose in 5.
They're weirdly another team that's getting a lot of slander because of how well they performed in the bubble.
Hero, especially.
Yeah.
Hero's
dogged.
He's been getting dogged on Twitter. And Butler, what is he shooting 25% in the past 2 games?
He's just not the same guy as he was in the bubble. Not even close.
I don't know what to do. I mean, what do you say? He just isn't.
They're just not. They're just not as good as they were, I guess.
Nope.
I don't know why, what happened, but
I'm excited for Giannis though. I want to see Giannis win. And if Giannis makes it to the finals, I'd be pretty excited.
The sad thing is they're probably going to lose to the Nets in the second round.
That is the sad thing. The sad thing about the whole NBA is that the Nets are actually playing well.
Mm-hmm.
It really sucks.
Yeah. I would love to see the Bucks in the finals.
I'd love to see.
You mean a Bucks
literally
Suns
any
finals?
team besides the Bucks.
That'd be beautiful.
I know, not besides the Nets.
Besides the Nets,
I don't want to see the Nets in the finals. I would be fine with any other. Team.
Giannis deserves a finals.
At least appearance already.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just give them a shot. But
Yeah,
they're just not a good playoff team.
They never have been.
Nope.
But hopefully this year maybe turns around. Got some new personnel. And that's another team. It's what do you do if you lose? You already traded for Drew Holiday. Fire the coach.
Just run it back. Try it again.
Run it back past 3 years.
Do
Same
better.
team.
Mm-hmm.
Try it again.
That's what the Caps did. Caps did it for 8 years in a row. Just kept running it back. Eventually, they got one.
I mean,
But didn't they fire their coach when they won?
Well,
they fired 8 coaches.
and that'll be.
They just kept bringing in new guys every 2 years.
That's just a Wisconsin thing, anyway. The Packers do the same thing.
Yep, they bring it back every time. Right.
That is true, actually. The Packers literally have been running it back with McCarthy. It was probably 10 years in a row.
Yeah, they were just running
It's
back.
let's just see what happens this year.
Well, we made the Super Bowl once and we won it, so.
Speaking of the Knicks, the Hawks talk about having to win game 1.
Mm-hmm.
They had to win game 1, and they did it. And I feel I don't know. I feel like 2 days ago or 2 pods ago, I talked about Trae Young and how I don't like Trae Young. I respect Trae Young now. He hit that game
I have
winner and
sympathy for him. Why are they chanting F Trae Young at the beginning of the game for no reason?
I don't know. And I'm proud that he shut him up. He literally shushed the crowd, and it was one of the perfect times because NBA players shush the crowd all the time when it doesn't make any sense.
No,
and
that
was the perfect time.
Yeah,
That was the
Were
perfect
they
Justin
away?
Fields crowd. Yeah, they were
game
in
one
that
at the Garden. That's the thing with the Knicks fans. Like, act like you've been there before. Why are you chirping the team's star player like right at the beginning of the game?
Game one.
When you
too.
have no one to guard him either.
And there's no beef against him either. That's the other thing that makes no
Round
sense.
one, game
like,
one.
what has he done to the Knicks other than just be good?
Well, now he's beating them, but
Right, but like it's all their fault that they have beef with him.
yeah,
I don't think,
it was.
I
made
think
up
the
of-
Knicks just don't know how to act in the playoffs.
No, that's what I'm
and Knicks
saying.
fans,
They
they've
have
just
no
never
clue.
been there.
That was like when when Paul Pierce was on the Wizards, they played the Raptors in the first round, and Raptors fans had some sort of beef with him, and the whole series like chanted like "F Paul Pierce," like we hate Paul Pierce. And then the next season, actually, this is the Hawks. They played, or the next series, they played the Hawks, and the Hawks fans were like chirping at Paul Pierce. And I just remember like all of the Wizards fans were like, "Why do they have beef with Paul Pierce?" Like they just saw it,
They
and they're
just
like, "Oh,
wanted
that's
to do
cool."
it.
Like
yeah,
let's
yeah,
chirp
they
at
just
Paul
wanted
Pierce.
to say Paul Pierce.
So yeah, Knicks fan, like, yeah, I get it. You want to have fun and chant at players, but also don't do it when you're the most famous team for like choking in the playoffs.
Yeah, or not winning playoff games.
Yeah, that kind of stuff happens to you all the time. Like maybe take it easy one time.
Yeah. A little humble.
I still don't like Trae Young's haircut. I think it looks.
No,
really
it's
stupid.
really gross.
But I respect Trae Young a little bit more now. Now that he is showing that he can win in the playoffs. Good for him.
Yeah.
For some reason, I never liked him either.
He doesn't look
Like
very.
he's
Maybe it's
like
the
a
hair.
good
He's
player,
just too
but
ugly to
yeah, something about him.
To be
And he's-
blunt about it.
He's not even bad. It's just like
No, he's
even in
really
2K,
good.
when I would play the Hawks in 2K, same thing. I was like, oh, Trae Young. Like it just isn't appealing to.
It's the ugliness and that he doesn't play defense.
Mm-hmm.
Two very
Yeah.
unlikable traits to win a
Yeah.
basketball player.
The Hawks might have to be my team going forward though, just because they have Herter and Bruno, both Maryland guys.
True.
So
All right,
once the
love Kevin
Wizards are
Herter.
out, yeah, I mean, how could you not?
Same birthday as me. Love Kerr.
Yeah.
All right. What game haven't we talked about yet? I think we hit. Oh, Nuggets Blazers. I mean, I'm sorry,
Blazers won
Nuggets
the
and
first
Blazers
game.
fans.
Nuggets
But-
won the second.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nuggets and Blazers fans, but
Who?
like, I ain't watching your games. I'm not doing it. I
I didn't even know
cannot.
they were in the playoffs.
The Nuggets without Murray is like, I mean, who cares? Jokic, like, he puts up big numbers, but he's not fun to watch. At least
No,
I don't
that's
think
the
he
thing.
is. He's
And
too fat.
Lillard's fun to watch. I do like
Yeah,
watching
Lillard is.
But I also like I'm not gonna stay up at 11:30 and like sit alone and watch the Blazers game.
Right, yeah. Talk about
Uh,
teams that just run it back every year.
Yeah,
the Blazers
I was
are
gonna
the
say,
poster boy for
Damian
that.
Lillard is a prime example of
Like it's they have the
West-
same
Yeah.
team every year.
Facts.
they always
feel
are
like the
just
Nuggets do,
there. They're
too.
just placeholders.
The Nuggets they did trade this year to get Aaron Gordon, so I
Mhm.
guess that doesn't count. But
You
the
spelled Blazers wrong, by the way.
Blazers.
Blazers. Thanks. We'll just go back to NBA playoffs. There you go. I'll
Yeah.
edit this real quick. I was not. There you go.
I mean, we don't have much more to add, do we?
no. I don't know why the hell did I put 2 Z's in there. Whatever. All right.
Just
Yeah,
another
no.
website that starts with B and has 2 C's, maybe.
Yeah. That's you
That was on your minds.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Any final thoughts about the playoffs as a whole right now? It's been
So I'm
fun.
excited to keep going,
It's
honestly.
been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of action through
I hope
just
it's not like
1 or
last
2 games.
last year when like the entire first round were majority sweeps.
hmm
Yeah.
I think we're trending in the right direction.
I think we are too. I think the teams are looking good. Besides the Celtics, they look terrible.
Right.
Yeah, within 25 now.
Oh yeah, great. Within
Oh, we
25
can- we
it's
can bring it
105 in the third. 2 minutes left. in the
Striking
third quarter.
distance.
105 to 80.
All right. Well, Tom, good to have you on again.
Thank you.
We're getting to our top 5, so
Great to
I'll
be
have
here.
I'll have to boot you off. But any final thoughts before we boot you?
If Julio leaves the Falcons, I can't burn the jersey, but
Don't burn the jersey.
I'm never wearing it again. It's going to be framed and put up against the wall.
There you go.
uh,
That's respectable.
And if the Celtics make it to the finals, you gotta have me back on.
Yeah. If they win a game, I'll have you back on. How about that? I'll make it a deal.
Oh, all right.
all right, Tom. We'll see you later.
All right, see you guys. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Of course.
All right, Chris. We're up to our top 5, and
We've all been waiting for.
Yeah. Did I not make the right thing? Oh, I edited it. Didn't save. Okay. So, all right. So we had top 5 sides last week. Now we have top 5 side kicks. And who went first last time? Do you know?
I think it's all you this week.
All right, I'll go first.
Because I had French fries.
Yes, yeah, you had French fries. All right, I'll go first. Number 1. This is easy for me. It has to be number 1. It's Robin.
Okay.
You think sidekicks? You think Robin?
Yeah, I didn't even have it on my list just because it was like, yeah.
Just because it was. What do you mean?
Well, just because it was like the most basic one I thought of, and I was I don't even know that much about Robin.
I was gonna say, do you know there's multiple Robins?
What do you mean?
There's 5 of them.
Why?
Because they die, they come back, they get old, they become their own superhero. All different things.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Is that like from the comics or?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
My favorite's Dick Grayson, but
I know that name.
Yeah. He's the first one. It's probably why you know the name. But one of them's Batman's son. Fun fact.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, you're up.
All right, my number 1, Scottie Pippen. Best
Great.
best second player of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's I feel like nowadays
in the NBA.
you don't have sidekicks like that because like Jordan was the GOAT and he was just the perfect player to play alongside of him. Like LeBron's sidekicks have been guys that are like D Wade and Anthony Davis. I don't know. I don't think of them as like
no, they've been good on their own
sidekicks.
teams alone. Scottie Pippen's always been with Jordan and only been good with Jordan. So
exactly.
It's the perfect sidekick where Pippen and Jordan, they go hand in hand. They're peanut butter and jelly. They go together. It works.
I don't even like Scottie Pippen that much. I think he's kind of a boob, but he was the perfect
He's
sidekick.
a cuck.
He is a cuck.
His wife is getting cucked by everybody.
He's like a whiner too. Like in The Last Dance, I just didn't like the way he came off.
No, I like him.
Kind of a baby. I don't know. I like his voice though. He's got a very.
He does that. Voice. That's why I like him. He's got a nice voice. Very calming. All right. My next one. This one is. I mean, George Costanza.
Yeah,
sidekick of all sidekicks.
He was my number 4.
And everyone has a George Costanza.
Mm-hmm. He's the lovable loser, but he's actually not that lovable when you really look at him.
No, he's kind of an asshole, but but I mean he fits perfect. I mean, if you ever seen Seinfeld, there's no episode without George, and it means something.
Yep. Well, he's always there, coming with his problems or his advice. He does give
his advice.
Horrible advice.
The best is the roommate switch. It's
never
been done before. It's down at the table. They're making notes. They're making plans.
Yeah.
That's a classic. That's a classic George episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And everything about George, like he's not Jerry. He's not the main character, but he's the perfect side character, which is the perfect.
The funny thing that I was thinking about is like if you look at it from George's perspective, like Jerry is a great sidekick because he's the one that's always instigating.
Yep.
Like George is. I feel like George is never the one to be like, he's not like pushing Jerry to do stupid stuff. Jerry is always instigating when George is like, oh, well, like maybe this will work. And he's like, yeah, that's a great idea there, George.
Always a great idea. and Jerry's also, he's always there for him. As much as like Jerry, the spectrum of cool is Jerry's up here and George is below my feet. Like Jerry should not be hanging out with George, but he does. And that's his boy. He takes care of his own. And it proves the fact that like they're all losers. Like they all like hang out with each other because they're all losers. So they need each other. And it's a perfect balance.
Yeah. No, he really is the perfect sidekick. You want to have George in your foxhole.
Yeah, you want him as a friend. You want George as a friend. Because he's
you don't want his powers to be used against you.
No. And if you want to get at, like, if you want to weasel your way out of something, call George Costanza.
Find to take any road other than the high road. He's your guy. All right. My number 2 is Chewbacca.
All right.
I mean, talk about always being there. Like, you don't understand what he says.
That's one of the best parts, probably.
But he just always knows what to do.
He knows what to do. He knows what you're thinking. He's thinking what you're thinking at all times. And also, he's like a big brute. Like, he's any bar fight. Yeah, that's my guy right there.
Yep.
You want to mess with me? You got to mess with him.
Yeah, he's an enforcer.
He knows what he's doing. And Chewbacca, I just feel like he's also like the best friend. I mean, he's always going to be at your birthday, giving you the best gifts, exactly what you want. He's there. Yeah.
Nope. He knows what you're thinking before you think it, or before you say it, I guess.
And then he just gives a little indicate what you want.
Just like, yeah, you're right, Chewie.
Yeah,
well said.
He knows what he's doing. All right. My next one is Crypto the Super Dog. It is Superman's dog from the planet Krypton. He has all the same powers as Superman. So it's just the man's best friend, only as Superman. And I just feel like he's more of a pet than a sidekick, but I think it works.
No, pets are usually good sidekicks.
Yeah. I just feel like if you'd want any pet, it would be Crypto. Flies, shoots lasers out of his eyes. So indestructible. I mean, come on. There you go.
Fair. I mean, I don't know much about old Crypto, but seems like he'd be a.
You ever watch the old cartoon when you were younger?
No, I never did.
Missing out.
Yeah, sorry.
That's right. I didn't think you did. That's why he was.
Oh, okay.
He was higher. Yeah. All right, you're up.
All right. My third one is bacon. Perfect food sidekick, like bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
But bacon's always the sidekick. It's never like I'm having bacon with some eggs on the side.
Yeah.
No, but it's like I could not think of a better like food one than this one, where you have this meal.
Fries?
Yeah, but fries we already used for sides, so.
Okay, that's fair. And you're right. Fries is not like bacon's not a side. You're not just getting like a side of bacon because it comes with the meal. You don't get a random meal and then get a side of bacon.
No, right.
So it is a sidekick. That counts.
And it's the sidekick to eggs. Like fries can be the sidekick to a lot of things.
That's
bacon,
true.
I mean, I guess, but not really. Like eggs is the thing that you eat it with.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's just a perfect like I don't know trade-off of tastes.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
All right, my next one, another Star Wars one, R2-D2.
Yeah, I don't mind this as well.
Had to be there. I mean, talk about know what you want and always ready. He's always got what you want. He needs anything you need. He's got you.
They're great at rating sidekicks. There's a lot of good ones in Star Wars.
There's a lot of good sidekicks in Star Wars. And if you want to get like really nitpicky, you'd be like Luke and Han is the sidekick. But like that, he's more of a main character. But R2-D2, he's no main character. He's the sidekick, and he's also the boy. Like, R2-D2 is always there to save everyone's asses.
I mean, somewhat similar to Chewbacca, where he doesn't talk. Different species, not even a human, but he just knows like what to do. He gets you out of jams.
He's there to kick ass and take names.
That's what sidekicks do. They get you out of jams. And no one does it better than him.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. My next one is Dwight Schrute. Even though he's...
Oh, wait. Whoa. Oh, damn it. This Twitter got me really badly again. I hate Twitter, bro.
Julio was going somewhere?
Yeah, no. It said Jordan Love traded. And I was like, whoa, this is unexpected. But it's by Barry McCockner. I hate Twitter. That just got me so good. It interrupted your speaking on the podcast. I hate Twitter. I might delete the app after that one. All right. I won't delete it.
You really got by Barry McCockner?
All I saw was breaking Jordan Love traded, and I didn't see your tweet. I didn't even want to read the name yet, and I just saw Barry McCockner.
I'm almost numb to it at this point because I saw a Bucks trading for, I guess it was Julio Jones the other day, and I just, not even for a second, I was just like, no. As soon as I saw the Tampa Bay logo,
I was like, oh, well, like if it was Julio, I would have been like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
To Jordan Love, I was like, hold
Right,
up,
because it's been a minute. That's
Yeah,
a smart play, actually.
It is smart.
Because now, like, we've been talking about Julio instead of Rodgers, but
Yeah.
all right. Anyway, Dwight Schrute,
Yes,
always
Dwight
by Michael's side, literally ready to do anything for him.
He's literally the assistant to
Mm-hmm.
the regional manager. He's always there. He's always there to assist.
Yeah, the number one sidekick moment from him, I think, is when there's a lot of them, but the one that came to mind is when he does Michael's piss test for him. When he does, remember, he's got the whole office like on lockdown basically because they find a joint in the parking lot. And then Michael's like, yeah, I think it was me. So Dwight's like, all right, I'll piss for you. Even though he has to like turn in his volunteer sheriff badge. He's just like, you know what? He's my guy.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that you hate him if you're not on his side.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not on your side, you're just fed up with him at all times. But if he's your boy, he's always there.
You also might be fed up with him at most
if he's on your side, yeah. But at least you know if you're in a pickle, you know who to call.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Gets you out of jams.
Mm-hmm. All right. My next one. I'm gonna go with Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mike, I mean, just this is on a more of annoying side. It's like a little pest that you just kind of like to have around. And he won't really get you out of jams, but he'll be there. He'll be there, and
he might try.
He'll try. He'll try to get you out of a jam, unless it like puts him in immediate danger. But he
is fiercely rational.
Yes, yeah. That's also he's someone good to talk to. He'll be like, don't do that, or yeah. This is what you got to do.
He's looking out for his best interests, but sometimes it overlaps. Yeah.
But he's
also having like a little green guy as your sidekick is perfect for a big.
It drags the attention. Yeah, it drags the attention away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. This is my last one.
Sorry. One last note on Mike Wazowski. You're never getting bullied if Mike Wazowski's in the room.
No, yeah, that's true.
It's always Mike. So
unless you're getting bullied for hanging out with him.
Yeah, that's true. But that's like the only thing they got because they're just going to be bullying Mike Wazowski.
Yeah. Well, then you just hop in on it. You're like, yeah. I know.
Yeah, exactly. You throw it on it, and then he's begrudgingly like mad at you, and he's like, well, where else are you going to go? Right. Come on, Mike. You're my sidekick. That's all you got.
Yeah, you can abuse him, I guess, is what we're getting at.
That's pretty much what I'm saying.
All right. My number 5 is Donkey. Just talking about Shrek. Talking about a good guy just to have around.
Yeah, Donkey.
I mean, he's always cracking jokes. Donkey.
I mean, yeah, and he's also another one. He'll try to get you out of a pickle. I don't know if it'll always help or work. But if not, he'll be there. He'll be in the pickle with you at least.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be pickled.
Yep. He's a good foxhole guy.
Yeah.
And he's always looking out for your best interest, too.
That's true.
He
just wants to make you happy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's all he wants to do. He just wants to be your friend.
Yeah. And who doesn't love a guy who just wants to be your friend?
That's right. Even if he is a bit annoying about it.
Yeah. Yeah, he could be. He's like Mike. He could be a little annoying.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm done with 5, right?
Yeah, that went by quick.
That was really quick. All right, I have some honorable mentions. Yoshi, Pop an Egg, Mario. Come on.
Luigi is Mario's sidekick.
Yeah, but like Luigi's
Yoshi.
Brother. I don't know. I'm more of a Yoshi guy anyway, so I'm like, screw.
I mean, I have like nothing against him, but
I don't know. You playing the game, stop on his back. What are you talking about? He's always got.
Yes,
he's got Mario's back from birth, bro. From birth, he's got Mario's back.
I guess he is a sidekick. He's just not like the sidekick.
That's why he's an honorable mention.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. I also have Bender from Futurama.
Okay, I've never watched Futurama.
Really?
Is that the robot?
Yeah, you never watched Futurama?
No, I've always heard it's good, and
I was a good fan of Futurama. That was a good one. Barf from Spaceballs, same thing as Chewie, but Barf, and Bucky Barnes from Captain America, Captain Bucky, yeah, and Cameron Fry from.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
he doesn't really do much, but.
Nah, but he's there. You get to steal his dad's car.
You can always rely on him to be there.
Yeah, we're sick.
Even if he doesn't want to be.
Yes, no, he never wants to be there, but he'll be there.
All right. Mine, Dr. Watson from Sherlock Holmes. Ferb.
That's a good one.
Amazing sidekick because he's not stealing your attention at all.
Nope.
If you're a guy like Phineas,
he's only stealing your girls.
The room at all time.
Yeah, I love Ferb. I'm a bit. I remember watching the show when I was younger, and I was always a big Ferb guy.
Mm-hmm. Boots from Dora and Boots, little monkey. Fair. That's he's always got your back.
Baby Jaguar too. Diego. You're a Diego guy. I was always a Diego guy.
Ron Weasley, who provides comic relief because I don't think he helps with one thing throughout.
He's kind of a. I was about to say he's kind of a punk.
Hermione's the better sidekick, but I like Ron Weasley more. I think he's funny.
I mean, who doesn't like Ron?
So, and then my last one is you.
No, I was gonna do that, you prick. I was gonna do that, you turd. I was gonna go.
You're a great sidekick.
I was gonna go number one, Chris Hagen. Just be like, yeah, you turd. Man, I can't believe I got bamboozled on my own list. Man.
You ever thought it?
I should have put it down. Now that I knew that you were gonna do that.
I just have you as an honorable mention.
Thanks. I'm only an honorable mention.
Well, you're not in Chewbacca territory.
Oh, thanks. I'm only the last honorable mention.
I wasn't even on your list, so.
Because I
was just a thought.
I just had more.
I was just a thought that popped in there for a second. And I was, not good enough.
I didn't want to degrade you to a sidekick level. That's why. But I like your story better, where I just thought it and he's no Robin. Oh man. Well, good job, Chris. That was a good one.
Thanks.
All right.
Sidekick.
Shut the fuck. Who? All right, never mind. I'm not even gonna do this. No need to worry. All right. Well, all right. Well, that does it, right? That's
all I got.
That's the live stream. All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming out, and hopefully we're here Friday. We have nothing planned, so we should be here Friday.
I will be free on Friday.
I will also be free on Friday. So looks like a pod's happening Friday. So check Thursday for when we start our timer, and see you whenever you guys can come live. Sorry for the late night live stream. I kind of liked it. It was kind of chill. Late night, a little vibey. Yeah.
I did just the lighting in my room a little bit, but other than that.
Yeah, you made it work. We made it work.
Yeah, I think I look good.
All right. Well, we'll see everybody on Friday. Peace.